Hello everyone, and welcome to our lesson. In this lesson, we are going to create a complete trading strategy entirely from a single prompt. Please open the markdown file attached to this lesson and paste its contents into the chat. I deliberately made this prompt highly detailed and technical to ensure you get a strategy as close to mine as possible. Of course, if you find your generated results differ from mine, I have also provided my exact source code right here in this lesson for you to use. So what exactly does this strategy do? This strategy is called aggressive reversal. It is designed to capitalize on liquidity sweeps and fakeouts around major daily structural levels. Specifically, it looks at the previous day's high and low and waits for a specific two-candle pattern to form. First, we need a strong breakout candle that pushes completely past the prior day's high or low with significant momentum, which we filter using the average true range. Then, we need an immediate, aggressive reversal on the very next candle, showing that the initial breakout was a trap. For example, if the price breaks below the prior day's low, but the next candle surges back up, the strategy enters a long position. It automatically places a dynamic structural stop loss right below the absolute lowest point of those two candles, and aims for a fixed profit target. It also paints these setup candles with custom colors on the chart so we can easily spot them. All that is left to do now is simply send this prompt to our agent and see what it produces. You can see I am using a slightly larger model here, Gemini 3.1 Pro, which is an excellent model with fantastic coding capabilities and a massive context window. And just like that, it didn't take long before the model built our code. You can see it successfully finished creating our file. Now we just need to accept its changes and head over to the Ninja script editor to ensure everything compiled properly. As you can see, I am currently looking at the Ninja script editor and there are 0 compilation errors, which is always a great sign. I also always like to verify by manually compiling the script myself. And there we go. Everything compiled successfully. Excellent. Now we need to head over to the strategy analyzer and put this strategy to the test. First, make sure you have a green connection to your data provider. Then, let's open up our strategy analyzer window. Okay, so now I will search for the strategy we just built. You can see aggressive reversal pops up right here near the top. I am going to leave all the parameters exactly as they are. I will choose to test this on the NASDAQ futures contract using a 5-minute time frame and run the backtest over a period of about 1.25 years, starting from January 2025. Great, now we can hit run. Okay, as you can see, we got a very positive result with a solid number of trades. We can jump over to the Visual Analysis tab and look at the equity curve over time. Notice how the strategy delivers relatively stable and consistent profit growth throughout the year. But to really understand how it behaves, we need to go to the chart itself and review the actual executions. Let's look at a clear example on the chart. Notice this sequence right here. The price drops heavily, and our first setup candle sweeps right below the previous day's low, which is that red dashed line. But immediately, the very next candle reverses aggressively upward. The strategy enters a long position right at the close of that reversal candle. The price continues to push higher, and shortly after, we see the purple arrow indicating it perfectly hit our 60-tick profit target. That is a textbook liquidity sweep and a great winning trade. Now let's look at another example, because trading isn't just about winning every time. Moving along the chart, you can see the strategy identified another valid bullish setup and entered a long position. However, the market structure failed. Price continued to drop, and it hit our dynamic stop loss. That is a standard losing trade, tightly managed by our structural stop. But look what happens right after. The price sweeps even lower, creating a brand new, valid aggressive reversal setup. The strategy takes the new long entry, and this time, the market respects the reversal. The price shoots up, and we hit our profit target, easily recovering the previous small loss and putting us back in profit. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed seeing how a detailed prompt turns into a fully functioning strategy, and we will see you in the next lesson.